So the coast to coast path was devised by Alfred Wainwright in 1973 as a long distance path that goes from the coast to coast. So we've just dipped our toe in the Irish Sea, and now we've got just shy of 200 miles through the Lake District, Pennines and the North Yorkshire moors. Let's do it! Okay guys, we're here with the wonderful Children's Society. Woo! At the start of our coast to coast, these guys do a fantastic job of helping young children in need who are less fortunate than ourselves. We really appreciate what they're doing to help out the younger community. Thank you for coming guys and wishing us off. Yeah. Let's go! Woo! Now the tradition is to dip your toe in the sea at one end, and then when you get to the other, dip it in again. Behind us we've got the
Irish Sea and the Isle of Man just over there. Now let's get dipping.
Here we go. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but the objective of this is to raise £2,000 for the Children's Society. At the current moment in time, we're at 1,700, and I think we'll probably do it.
I hope so.
We plan to sort of meet people.
Donate, people, donate.
Donate.
Late by this point, but
probably already gone out by the time this is live. Yeah, it's a better view of it now. But yeah, that's where we're heading. Left behind the coastline now. We're getting our last sort of vision of the sea. There'll be another eight days until we dip our toes in the other end.
170 something miles.
Morning guys, so it's day 2 on the coast to coast. We finished about 11:30 last night. We did get distracted by a pub, not gonna lie. It was tempting us in, so we had to do it.
I think it has to happen.
And then we hit, what's this called? Emmondale Water. And then it took about a whole hour for us to find somewhere where we could put our tent, and this would have been perfect. We're looking at 23, 24 miles today, but obviously we're starting a lot earlier today, so we've got extra hours to play with. But now we're headed into this, which I have a feeling it's going to get a bit more challenging.
Tough.
A bit more challenging now. Eight more miles left, and then that'll be the end of day 2. Just stunning views today. A bit more challenging, less sort of trailing, more like scrambling for this section, but it's good fun. So end of day 2, we did get sidetracked by another pub. Standard procedure really, and met a farmer in there who tipped us off about this little high quality camping spot, which to be fair is flat compared to what we had last night,
and it's dry, so what more can you want?
Should be good. Good morning, day 3 on the coast to coast. Last night we slept in that little cabin up there. I'll show you in a second. We're just filtering some water, and then we're gonna get cracking. I think this will be the sort of last full day in the lakes. We should be coming out of them tomorrow, which it will get a little bit easier. Nice weather today, it's not too overcast, so might give us a chance to dry out our wet socks. This was our little cabin last night. It's actually pretty comfortable, nice flat floor to sleep on. So we've just done our first little climb, day 3. Just stopping for some breakfast. Lovely little spot.
Peanut butter off the spoon.
Max is munching down some peanut butter. I've got some porridge. Just making some coffee as well. And then we're heading off that way. So I think that there, you can't really see it too well on camera, but it suddenly flattens out. I believe that is the start of the Dales. So we've just come through Patterdale, and now we're making our way up the... Is this the biggest climb on our...
Yeah.
On our trek? Yeah, biggest climb.
It's about 2,700 feet.
2,700, and then we'll get down to Shap hopefully later this evening, which is, yeah, about the end of the lakes. And we just had some fighter jets fly through here, which is very cool. I think I missed it on the film, but they came, 2 of them came right through this valley here. It's pretty impressive to see. But yeah, long climb up now, about 16 miles. And then we'll be at our stop for tonight. So you can see how much of a transition it is from flat there into the Dales, and then suddenly you're behind you is what you can see here.
Big hilly expanse.
Yeah, we believe we're heading out that way into the Dales, and then eventually into the moors. But yeah, that is the lakes pretty much done. The final climb was hard, but it wasn't as hard as the one we had yesterday, I would say.
No.
And this is the biggest one on the trip, so should set us up good for the next few days, and I reckon we'll make some bigger miles over the next few days. ...40 minutes from Shap on end of day 3. We're just gonna nip into town, get a beer, stock up on some food, and then we'll head out of Shap and find somewhere to camp for the night. Lovely views though into the Dales so far. It's been really nice actually, our first little section. Well, we're not actually in the Dales yet, but the section coming out of the lakes was like a nice little walk through some woods following a river. Nice break from the steep decline, steep ascent. Morning guys, day 4 on the coast to coast. We reached Shap last night and stayed in this little area here. I believe the plan today is to do about 20 miles, depending on how long it takes us to do that. We might start the first climb of the Dales, but if we do that, we've got to do the whole thing, so it could be a 25-mile day or a 20, but we'll see how we're getting on.
About a 20-mile day until we reach the foot of the Dales, and then all over again.
Back to the climbing. But yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this is going to be a Well, we've seen on a map that it's a relatively flat day, but things can happen, can't they? So fingers crossed it'll be a nice day in the sun. So apparently this is Robin Hood's grave. Don't quite know what he was doing in this completely random location, but apparently here it is. Robin Hood.
We are the trolls under the bridge.
Hiding under the bridge like little gremlins. Hiking gremlins. It is a hot one though. So yeah, we're gonna chill here for a little bit and then we're gonna make our way over to Kirkby Stephen. Probably have a beer there, realistically. We should be there by 5:30. So then we've got a little time for a beer and then we'll head up into the mountains to find somewhere to stay for the night. So it's evening day 4, I'm being eaten alive by midges. Really quite annoying. But yeah, we passed through Kirkby Stephen earlier, nice little hike up. Max is all set up there, set behind. And look at this view we got here. Stunning. See you in the morning. Okay guys, so day 5. It's nice and early, we've reached the 9 standards. So a short little climb this morning in the Yorkshire Dales. But yeah, making good progress. Lovely views. Onwards and upwards. So here we are at the halfway point, official halfway point of the coast to coast. Small little town called Keld. Day 5, and we're just going to try and push another sort of 12 to 15 miles today. I can't remember where it's called, where we're heading, but we're heading there. So we just stopped for a little break in a small little village called Gunnerside. Man, it was hot, we had to stop. I think it's like 28, which isn't that hot, but when you're packing your weight, you feel it. And I've not got a long sleeve top with me, so I'm having to wear my rain jacket, otherwise my arms can get burnt. Max has got the freshest attire. Rate that fit.
Don't want to get my ears burned.
This is part of the realities of hiking, really. If you forget something or don't think about something, then you can adapt and improvise and overcome. But we are about 6 miles out of Reef for day 5, and I would say we're making pretty good time, to be fair. Like average, I think the average time to complete this is normally 16 days, or 13 to 16 days. There's multiple stages, so we're smashing out 2 and a bit stages today, and we're hoping that we'll be in Robin Hood's Bay before about 4 o'clock on the 9th day, so that we can both make the last train back home to have a shower. A few more miles to find somewhere to camp for the night, and then that should set us up for 3 22-mile days, and then a nice short 12 for the final day into Robin Hood's Bay. Good morning guys, day 6. We've just camped outside of Reef, and it was a hot one yesterday. We're feeling it a little bit, so the plan today is, what's the plan? walk basically.
Yeah.
We've got 76 miles left, so I think we'll try and do a 22 or something. We need 3 22s or something like that, and a 12. And then we should be done. Hopefully the heat's a bit more forgiving today.
UK Met Office issuing its first ever red warning for extreme heat.
And we still have this red warning from the Met Office.
Good morning guys, day 7. We decided to stop over in Richmond last night. It was getting a little bit hot, both coming down with symptoms of heat stroke, so it's not ideal, but we had a night in a proper bed, which was lovely. Nice breakfast, and now we're back on our way. We're trying to get to, is it Osmotherley today? So that's about 25 miles. And then that will set us up nicely for the final few days. But Richmond is a lovely little town. Really nice. Highly recommend stopping off here if you ever come through. Oh. Getting a bit wet there, mate.
Yeah. Torrential fucking rain.
It's raining. No, in all seriousness, the hiking is full of absolute laughs. And the when you get to your camp spot at the end of the day, it is immensely rewarding. Being able to just chill out. But for me, it is one of the best ways, because we are on holiday here. Yeah. So, and for me, it's one of the best ways to actually just forget about work for a week.
It sounds stupid as well, but I mean, it doesn't seem that extreme from the outside, but you are walking for 14 hours a day. And it's a bit of a mental challenge, obviously a bit of a physical challenge as well. And you do experience some real miserable fucking times, like yesterday. Oh, bro, that was not fun. But then it also means, I think because those slightly lower times, the highs are even better, you know?
And even better news, we might be camping at a pub tonight. I mean, it's beer. And potentially a flat camp spot, which I like. So we've just crossed a little dual carriageway. We're heading up into a town called Inglebury Cross. And then up that hill there marks the start of the Yorkshire Moors. So we're going to check out this pub tonight. Funny enough, we've not done that before. And then we believe there's an opportunity to camp somewhere flat and comfortable. So that is the plan. Morning guys, day 8. We stayed in a little place called Dinglebury Cross last night, a little pub in their garden, which was very nice. And we're just heading down this lovely path into the Yorkshire Moors to the final stretch of our journey. We've got the last 2 days planned out. We're going to do 2 sort of quite manageable 20-mile days, and then we'll finish with a nice 10. Nice fish and chips or something in Robin Hood's Bay, and then that is our journey over, and we will head home for a few days of rest. Hot today. No tree cover to hide in today either. But yeah, this is the moors. Lovely colour on the heather. We're going to try and dip ourselves underneath those rocks for a bit get out the sun. Try and avoid this period of the day because this is where it's most hot and we are literally in the most exposed part we can be on. So trying to get out of that for a minute. It's hiding in a little ditch because this is the only spot of shade we've found in the past 5 miles. You've got to improvise in these conditions. But yeah, we're getting there. Morning guys, day 9. We camped at the Lion Inn last night. They let you camp on their field for £2.50, so that's good to know. And that will put you about 28 miles from the end. The plan for tonight is to actually only do 16 miles today and stay at a place called the Hermitage, which is a little old sort of carved out boulder with a room inside it, which should be pretty cool. So we're hoping no one else is there. And then that will set us up for the morning where we have to just do a few miles down into Robin Hood's Bay. And then we can actually enjoy it, get a decent time, train home, and that'll be the adventure over. So guys, we just got distracted by another pub. I think it seems to be a reoccurring theme, that one. And now we are about a mile out of a town called Grosmont. And then we'll probably go for another beer, right?
Yeah, isn't it right?
Probably. And then 3 big miles to our camp spot for the night. And that'll be our final night on the coast to coast. And then it's just a short 12 miles into Robin Hood's Bay. And then we're done. What you have to say, mate?
Dunzo. Scampi chips, whatever.
Oh, that's what we gotta have. Scampi and chips. So we just got distracted by yet another pub. We've got this nice little climb, then a steep descent down to our little overnight stop, and then we'll be done for the day. So we eventually made it to our hermitage for the evening. Final night. We're tucking into some real tarmac. There's these cool little rock chairs on top of this hermitage. I'll show you inside in a sec. But yeah, we're just enjoying our dinner. But yeah, final morning, 12 miles tomorrow, and then we are done. I'm pretty much good to be done now, to be honest with you. So here we are in our little hermitage for the night. All snugged up. I'm just going to cook a bit more food. And then we are going to bed up at 5:30.
Oh my god, that is bright.
Up at 5:30. And then we will carry on and finish at Robin Hood's Bay.
So for breakfast today we have a lovely Belvita. It's a lovely crispy, slightly soft breakfast bar. Obviously French in origin, like everything good. And to wash it down we have a lovely filtered pond water, which I think is this year's vintage. Smells like a slime, just help the Belvita sleep. Perfect pairing. Delicious.
So, final morning, We are at Falling Foss, lovely little waterfall. I had a really weird dream last night and it's sort of weird because we're getting a train home later and my dream was about a train, and I decided to get off at a random stop without any of my possessions in a random country, leaving my mate on there, and then I ended up in Africa somehow. So good dreams. So that doesn't happen today because I want to get home to bed. But yeah, Falling Foss for about 12 miles. Let's get it. Yes! So we've done it coast to coast, 200 miles, Wainwright's footsteps. Here we are, Robin Hood's Bay. Been full of blisters, sweat, good laughs, lots of beer, but we are done now. It's been an epic adventure.
It's painful, but I would recommend it to anyone. Like, the people you meet, lovely, great paces, great pubs, most importantly, and really...
Most importantly.
Yeah, just a lovely time.
Yeah.
But it is hard work.
So behind us is Robin Hood's Bay. We're gonna continue soaking our feet for a few minutes, and then we're gonna head into town, have some breakfast, have a pint, and then make our way home. It's the end of the adventure, guys. Thank you for following along. Thank you for all the donations as well. We need to remind ourselves that we've done this for the Children's Society, and we've raised over 2,200 so far, so very happy with that. Robin Hood's Bay.